Well, a good win today, Russell, wasn't it? Good performance as well.
Yeah, it was. Thought we moved the ball very well. Moved the ball a little bit quicker. That's been a theme really away from home. I think we have moved the ball better away from home, with real confidence. And we were quite ruthless with our 2 goals that we took as well.
2 good goals as well.
Off good moves. Yeah, good cross. Great cross, wasn't it, from Kennedy for the header? But no, I was really pleased with the goals. Second half was difficult. I thought we'd just about seen the game out really, and then there was the turning point of the sending off, which obviously, with the buzz of the crowd and obviously the Derby result filtering through to the stadium, it kind of it kind of lifted the place, didn't it? And Forest had a little bit of a rally up then.
Yeah, they had a bit of pressure, didn't they?
Yeah.
What did you make of the sending off, Russell?
It's one of those occasions where he's made a mistake. He's seen the red mist, and one of those that you regret maybe minutes later or a few hours later regret doing. He's out of character for David, who's been excellent professional for us. But
so no complaints really?
No complaints, no.
Do you think contact was actually made?
Not a lot of contact, I think, but it's provoking as well, isn't it? The fact he's gone right up to him and he's got his face right in him. It's a sending off these days, so you can't do that.
It actually looks like he's gone after the wrong guy.
Does it, Chris? Yeah. I can't. Honestly, I couldn't comment on that.
Yeah. Either way, it shows the not the naivety, but the foolishness of it for a player of that experience to go and do that.
Yeah, as I say, Chris, it happens though. It happens sometimes. And we'd be lying if we said we've not. We don't see the red mist occasionally, and and as I say, it is regretful.
Why do you think it is, Russell, that you're playing better football away from home than at home? Is it maybe the pressure's off a bit more? Or?
Yeah, possibly a few reasons, but certainly when teams come on to us and we seem to find the space a little bit better away from home. Thought we got Joe Mason on it. I thought we got our wide 2 players on the ball in nice little pockets going forward, and I just thought we were a constant threat on the transition or turnover of the ball.
I mean, you talked yesterday, Russell, about it can come down and wants it more, and certainly it didn't look like a team that was demotivated or undermotivated today. That they did play this game to make sure they had a winning finish, I guess.
Yeah. I've said that there's a growing unity, there's a growing togetherness in the group, Chris. I think we wanted. I think there was a real will to win the game. Clearly, both teams on 59 points. There's not a lot between us. The numbers don't lie, as I've said before. So it's about wanting it a little bit more. And I thought we showed a real good attitude and focus to go and win the game in the first period in particular.
And the hunger and the desire was there. I suppose the trick now is, of course, Cardiff fans will want to see a real promotion push next season, Russell.
Of course they will, and so do the players, and so do the staff, so do I. Yeah. It's been a question this year of regrouping as a football club. Stabilise and stability, words that fans I know don't want to hear, but sometimes you've got to do that because, as I've said previously, the likes of Wigan have gone through the trapdoor, and in the past Wolves have gone through it, the Sheffields have gone through it, the Coventrys have gone through it, the Portsmouths have gone through it, and when you don't think it can get worse, trust me, in this game it can. So we've stopped that decline. That's what we've done, and now it's time to regroup, and the summer's very important for us, and it's time to move forward again.
Do you think we've seen the true you or the true Cardiff under you so far this season?
No, not yet. No, Chris. It's a good question. I don't think so yet. But I think the seeds are there. I think it's growing, and I'm sure with a little bit more movement in the summer, And the pre-season, I think that's a vital part as well of getting your team together, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. I mean, as you know, just to take an example, Joe came back, didn't he? Joe Mason from Bolton, and he wasn't fit, and I've played Joe through not being quite 100%, as you know, but he's needed to get his fitness, his match fitness back through games. But I've sacrificed that to get him, to have a good look at him, to bring him on and to see what he brings to the club, because he was a very important part of, moving forward.
Those two, slightly off topic a little bit, but those two, Joe and Ian Doyle, they're not a strike force of big names that might strike fear to the heart of Championship defences, as that we'd love to have perhaps. But actually their movement seems to be
key,
bringing the best out of some of your other players there.
The movement is key, and they complement each other in terms of the movement. One will go long, one will go short, opposite movements, and the link up is improved as a partnership and for the sake of the team also.
Your first game, I think, in charge was a 2-1 win over Forest, and
yes,
you rounded off the season also with a 2-1 win over Forest. They're a club you've expressed some affinity with in the past. What sort of shape do you think they're in at the moment?
Probably very
similar to ourselves. Their form recently hasn't. Dougie started on fire, didn't he? I mean, the first 10 games, I think, did they win 7? So something like that. And but again, I don't think they've won for 7 now, have they? So it's been a difficult period. I do think he's tried to experiment a little bit with his systems and his personnel. Again, like ourselves, it's all about next season.
Yeah. Well, do you think Russell, you get the support and the backing, the fans that you need in the summer too, where bring new faces in and strengthen the squad for next season?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's important now that we do bring in a little bit of quality. There's no doubt about that. And obviously we've done a lot of work and a lot of processes are going on to help us achieve that.
Is there any area you look at specifically?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, am I?
No. Yeah, you can ask.